P.Diddy. Is there a collaboration between federal authorities and his accusers of sexual assault? Let's uncover the truth behind the headlines. Diddy Combs faced a flurry of civil lawsuits, alleging sex trafficking, violence, and more from former girlfriend Cassie Ventura, other women, and a former record producer. Then, the Department of Homeland Security raided his California and Florida homes on March 25th. Are these lawsuits coordinated with the feds? Possibly. Combs is under criminal investigation by Homeland Security for sex trafficking and other crimes, though he denies wrongdoing. The cascade of lawsuits began with Ventura's claims, settled the next day. Combs denies all allegations, but more women came forward, followed by a record producer's explosive lawsuit implicating him and others. Former Homeland Security trainer Sonny Slaughter believes the feds were investigating Combs for years, and the civil lawsuits helped connect the dots for a criminal investigation. The raids coinciding with a lawsuit amendment adding Cuba Gooding Jr. as a defendant suggest strategic timing. That tells me, and Jeanette is, there may be a little coordination between the federal prosecutors and the plaintiff of Mr. Rodney Jones. Yeah, I've been wondering about that myself since we've kind of heard that possibly this investigation, at least the federal investigation, may have been underway before these civil suits started being filed last fall. What are your thoughts on that, Gene? Okay, I can give you my experience. I investigated a very crooked pain doctor. He issued prescriptions as high as, I'm not making this up, 1,200 oxy pills per day. I was investigating this doctor in Northern Virginia, and a private litigant read about it in the paper and heard about it on the news because it was high profile. They filed a lawsuit based on the information that I was gathering, and there was some exchange of witnesses and information that is not improper. Prosecutors can work with private litigants if there's a common person or defendant. There's nothing inherently wrong with coordination between federal prosecutors and civil litigants, but sharing secret grand jury information with private lawyers is illegal. However, it's entirely plausible that there's coordination between prosecutors and civil litigants in cases like these. The timing of the amended complaint and the execution of the search warrant on March 25th seems too coincidental to dismiss. It's unclear whether the feds have shared information with the lawyers in these civil lawsuits or vice versa. The Southern District of New York's media office declined to comment on the case, which is standard procedure. The big question remains, how closely are federal agents or prosecutors working with the accusers in the civil suits? Former federal prosecutor Tim Jansen suggests that coincidences are rare in such cases. I'm the petitioner, and seeing the house raid, I feel I can now disclose everything. What I didn't think anyone would believe, I'll put out there, hoping the feds will help prove these allegations. The timing of the amended complaint is worth examining for federal prosecutors. If a civil attorney representing a witness discusses filing a civil suit, do you nudge them, knowing it could affect the investigation? Typically, we separate criminal and civil investigations, but if their information is useful, we encourage sharing. Sometimes we caution about credibility damage. Charges should only be filed if evidence supports them beyond a reasonable doubt. As for Cassie Ventura, one can imagine her situation, with lawsuits filed against Sean Combs. Federal prosecutors or Homeland Security agents likely took notice of her civil suit, perhaps even knowing about it before filing. Smoke surrounding Sean Combs dates back to 1999 with the nightclub shooting in Manhattan, for which he was acquitted. Following the raid on Combs' properties, Cassie's lawyer released a statement seemingly supportive of law enforcement's actions. Civil lawsuits and criminal proceedings differ, but witnesses can overlap if cases are related. Gene Rossi predicts it will take 4 to 6 months for agents to analyze the search warrant's results and expects a federal indictment, likely including Combs, by September or October. Combs denies wrongdoing through his attorney, and the case continues to develop. Thanks for joining us on World's Top 10 as we explored the intriguing case of P. Diddy. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. See you in the next one.